Evening, everybody. It's Keith and Paula's Pond Build. So this weekend we were planning to focus on doing the concrete base for our pond build, as you can appreciate, and we've been quite excited about. We've moved everything to the back, and that was our plan for the weekend. However, something unexpected happened on Friday. I got home from my interview on Friday and my phone had been on silent, and I had a voicemail from a lady that I knew from the estate agents from when we bought the bungalow, and she literally just left me a random voicemail saying, "Paula, can you please give me a ring? It's nothing to do with the house, nothing to worry about. It's about fish." So I just thought, bit random. So I rang her. Basically, what had happened is they have recently sold a house to a young couple. The house that the young couple purchased has a pond with fishing. The couple who used to own it have moved to Canada, and the young couple have no idea how to look after these fish, and they wanted a bit of help. So I rang her up, and she said, "Look," she says, "I know when you were speaking to me about buying the bungalow, you spoke to me about you were planning to build a pond. Have you built it yet?" So I said, "No, this is where we're at." And she said, "Well, the girl who's bought it is only a young couple who's bought the property. She don't know what to do. It's not something that they want to take on. They thought they'd be able to cope." Gave me her name and number, and I gave her a ring, and we went round Friday evening. Had a look at the pond. There's some beautiful big fish in there. I wouldn't say they are worth a lot of money. They're big, but they're not like, I don't know. Design. I don't even know what type they are. They're quite random. There's a couple of nice sturgeon. So we said to her, right, we'll go away, have a chat, and give you a ring in the morning, meaning this morning. Anyway, so the pond they're currently in, it's probably 12 foot long by 6 foot, 5 foot wide. So it's big enough in that dimension, but it's only about 2 foot deep. It is nowhere near deep enough for the size of the fish that are in it, and they are struggling. And it was a little bit heartbreaking to see. I believe a couple of them have got dropsy, probably either that or swim bladder, but they aren't great. The oxygen feed going into the pond isn't enough. The filtration system going into the pond is nowhere near adequate for the amount of fish in that pond. Anyway, we were out drinking with friends, and we didn't get home till almost midnight, so we didn't really have much to do with it until this morning. I know that this little pond would not cope with the amount of fish that are in that pond, that she needs to move. So we were looking around for temporary solutions. We have found a old swimming pool from somebody, a paddling pool thing. It's 15-foot circle, 42 inches deep, so it's plenty big enough to cope with the fish that are in it, to be used as a temporary holding pond. So we debated for a few hours this morning. Do we, don't we? What do? We want to build the pond. We want to get our own fish in the pond, because this green gunk is just not great, and these pair are just not making my fish happy, because they keep dipping their head in the bloody pond, which is scaring the fish, making them shy. So it was a big debate this morning. We either concrete the pond, we either forget them fish, it's her problem, let her deal with it, and we carry on sorting our own issues out, or we help her out. Basically, she's training to be a midwife, her partner's in the army, he's away for 6 weeks at a time, and she can't cope. They've been in this property a week and she cannot cope with these fish, and she's lost. So being neighbourly, we've offered to help her, we've offered to pay her for the fish. She wasn't expecting anything for them, but we've offered to give her something for them. I don't think they're like worth a lot of money, but we've offered to give her something for them, as well as take them out her hands. Keith will help her remove her existing pond, because she has her nieces and nephew around and she's worried about them drowning in the pond, and she's getting a new puppy soon and all this, that and the other, and she just wants to get things sorted and feel settled. So we're going to help her dismantle the pond, remove all the fish, give her a little bit of money so she can get it patioed, so when a partner comes home from being away, they can just go out in the garden and have a patio area and have somewhere to sit out and chill and relax. And she's been so grateful. Yes, we've probably got a bit of a bargain, because I didn't offer her probably what some, considering the sturgeon alone are probably worth more than what we're paying for them. But on the back of that, we have had to go out and buy a temporary pool, an air pump, because where they are at the moment, the air is just not adequate enough. And other items, like we've got the nets we've got are not big enough. We've had to go out and buy boxes so we can transport them, etc. So it's not been a cheap weekend. However, on the back of that, the air pump we've bought, I will go into more detail about tomorrow, but it will do our pond when our pond is built. So we've bought, I've spent almost £300 on an air pump, which will cope with the bottom drains for our pond, but it will help these fish. And I'm quite looking forward to showing you them, even though I don't think they're quality ones. I really don't know what type of koi they are. I'm learning koi types. I know my asagis, I know my ogons, because I love them, and chagois as well. I've not got a chagoi yet. That is one thing we want to get. As you can see, Maggie's decided to drink out the pond yet again, although they've got full bowls of clean water over there, but they constantly drink this water. So we was looking around for a temporary pond to put these big fish in. So rather than building a concrete base for our pond to move our fish, today we've been to Tamworth and we've picked up a 15-foot circle pond, 42 inches deep, as a temporary holding area for the fish to help out this young couple. Keith's been at the top of the garden levelling it to make sure that we can put it up, so he's doing that at the minute. And tomorrow we bought some Safe Clear, so obviously because of the chlorine, ideally, in an ideal world, we would want to get a pond set up and have it mature for 2 to 4 weeks before moving any fish into it, at least. She can't wait that long. She wants them gone, and we don't want to see them suffer. So basically what we've decided to do is rush around, buy a setup to temporarily put them up, which is ideally from a cost perspective not what we wanted to do, because we haven't got the money to be doing that right now, because we're building a big pond ourselves. So that's the focus where we want our funds to go. But I've managed to pick up a bargain on the pool. It's cost me 150 quid off Facebook, and I will get my money back off that when I sell it, because I will resell it, because we don't need it. It's just going to be used as a temporary pond, holding pond at the moment. Keith's been out there where I was leveling all the mud piles and stuff. He's tried to make it as level as possible. He's now in the process of blowing it up to let them out, get the fish in and fill it up. We've bought Blagdon safe water thing, and we'll put that in to kill all the chlorine, so tomorrow we can go and collect the fish off the young lady, which I will show you when we get them. There's a couple of them that are really pretty, but not the type I would have bought if they were in a pond, if they were in a shop, if that makes sense. So I'm having them to help out a neighbour, basically. The sturgeon are amazing. We wanted some of them anyway, so that's a bonus. So this has been a random weekend project. It was so unexpected, pretty spontaneous, but that's how we roll. On the plus side, that up there is big enough to hold the fish that are in this pond at this young couple's, plus move my koi from here into that, because I can't see them at the moment. We will keep one of these filters here, keep this going for the goldfish and the tench that are in here, but the majority of these will be tomorrow transferred over there into that one with the new fish. So a bit disappointed that we've not been able to work on our pond, but it has rained today anyway, so not that depressing. And we'll have some nice fish, or some nice big fish, which I'll show you tomorrow.